April is Alcohol Awareness Month, a time to raise awareness about alcohol use and misuse. Whether you go out for a night on town or are attending an event with alcohol, it is important to know how to drink responsibly to maintain your health and the health and safety of others. Amy Phelps with the Mid-Ohio Valley Health Department says that researchers estimate there are more than 178,000 alcohol-related deaths each year, making it a leading preventable cause of death in the United States. Phelps says these are some of the symptoms to be aware of if you think you struggle with alcohol abuse.
Symptoms can be like you're drinking more or longer than you intended to, wanting to cut down and stop and not being able to, wanting a drink so bad you can't think of anything else, that it's interfering with your life, your family life, friends, etc., getting into dangerous situations due to your alcohol use, and then like feeling withdrawal symptoms when you're not drinking.
More information on alcohol abuse and recovery resources can be found in our online article at WTAP.com.